Today's class clown is the wonderful and hilarious Fatiha El-Ghorri. You've seen her smash it on Taskmaster, starring alongside Danny Dyer in the hit sitcom Mr. Big Stuff, and now she's heading out on tour with her brilliant new show, Cockney Stacking Doll. She's truly one of the most exciting comedy voices to emerge in the last few years and has taken a unique route to stardom, so I guarantee you're going to love this episode. This is Fatiha El-Ghorri. Ed, look, thank you so much for doing this because
thank you.
I've been asking you to do it basically since it began.
Shut up.
And I've finally pinned you down.
Yeah.
And I'm sure this is just a coincidence, but it's as you begin to tour. And I'm sure that's just a coincidence and not you thinking I better plug it.
Yes, absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, I love you, but I don't know much about the backstory, I suppose, and your childhood. I know you talk about it in your stand-up, but I suppose we just start from the beginning and where are you from?
It's a small place. You might not know it. It's called my mum's vagina.
Oh, right. There. Do you know, you'll be glad to hear I've not been there. But, I'm into travelling. When I retire, who knows? Where'd you grow up?
So, thank you for having me.
You didn't grow up in your mum's vagina.
Well, thank you for having me. I love you, Seann, and I'm so glad I got to do this. I do. I'm serious. You're a proper cool guy. What is wrong with this wanker?
Stop
Look at
it. No, I blush. Come on.
No, he's a cool guy. I like you. So where did it all start? So my parents are Moroccan. I am Moroccan as well.
Yeah.
I was born in the Royal London Hospital.
Where's that?
At Whitechapel.
Okay.
But I'm from Hackney. That was our closest hospital. So we had to go there.
Yeah.
And I was born in Hackney near Broadway Market.
What decade's this?
81.
Right, so 80s child, real 80s child.
Yeah,
So what was growing up in Hackney in the 80s? How do you think that you are a product of that? How did that help define who you are today?
It was the best. We grew up on an estate. And it was the best. It was really mixed. We had like kids from all over the world, all over the country.
Do you know why that was? Sorry, I'm always asking for a history lesson here, but do you know why everyone seemed to kind of immigrate there? Why that was such a hotspot?
I don't know. I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
Do you know why your parents ended up there?
No, I don't really, to be honest, because there's a concentration of North Africans, Moroccans specifically, in Ladbroke Grove. Like
you was very QPR hat. That's QPR. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, but my dad never went there. He used to go there to do shopping and stuff, but I don't know. They somehow ended up in Hackney.
Right. Okay.
And then that's where me and my sister was born. I have siblings. There's 13 of us.
My yikes!
I know, but they're not all. So 8 are from my dad. He was married previously, and then his wife passed away. And then 3 are from my mum. She got divorced. Then her and my dad met. They got married. They came here, and then they had me and my sister.
Okay.
But we lived. There was like 9 of us in that flat, 4-bedroom flat. In Hackney. Whoa. And it was great. It was the best because we had like bunk beds. There was always something going on. It was just so busy, and you could always blame shit on someone else. And do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. It was great.
They're very happy.
Yeah, very happy. Like all our friends, like we didn't have to leave the estate. We had a park behind us. We had a football pitch, a basketball court.
Yeah.
Then we had like London Fields and then Broadway Market. And Broadway Market was nothing like it is now. It was a proper shithole. Like honestly, if you didn't know the people.
So there's no pulled pork.
No, and avocados for like £5.
Yeah.
Are you mad? But honestly, I'll grow up myself under my hijab rather than pay £5. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Mental. It was very different. It was rough.
Yeah.
You had to know people that was like... We lived around there. My brother would get mugged weekly. It was insane. It was nothing like it is now.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we all went to the park. The park was really rough as well. There was always like some sort of crime going on there. And now it's completely different. But we all just grew up together. All the kids, we used to share our sweets, our foods, our cultures, everything.
Like, yeah, because you were saying before I asked you about the kind of history of Hackney that you loved how mixed it was.
Yeah, it was the best ever.
Right. And did you, well, or do you think that it being so mixed had any sort of impact on the way you see life today?
I think so. Yeah, definitely. Because us kids connected on, for example, like the games that we played, or like the food that we liked, or the music that we liked.
Yeah.
And our home lives were different. Everybody had a different culture. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we found a way to connect. And that's what we lack now, I think, in society. You gravitate towards people that you think are like you or are like you, and then you don't really move from that.
Yeah.
But and that's okay. But you have to be accepting of other people's lifestyles, choices, and that's what we don't have. If you're not like me, then you're bad. That's the way society is now.
Yes.
I think,
could often
and people
fit-
are scared. And it's okay to be scared, but you know what? You need to chat to the people or the things that you're scared of. Talk to them, and then you'll see that what you're scared of is nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, just quickly going back to all of the siblings, 13 of you.
Yes.
In a 4-bed, did you say?
Yeah.
Was that in some way, I don't want to put this on you if it wasn't, but that sounds like that could be chaotic.
Yeah, it was very chaotic.
It was chaotic.
Yeah. That's why, like, I can, like, block things out now. Do you know what I mean? Like, if there was a rave going on in here now, I'd still be able to do this podcast.
Okay. I really hope there isn't a rave. No one at Spotify use this as an opportunity to start a rave. I don't want that. Yeah.
And it's also made me, like, there are lots of things that have made me like this in terms of, like, I'm very aware of my surroundings, because you always had to watch. Say like my mum made a cake and we all had a slice each. Like, my prick brother would always try to take extra because he's an animal. And so you're always having to watch your shit. Do you know what I mean? Or like, if you get something new and then one of them wants to wear it, I'm like, you're 10 years older than me. How are you getting into a 6-year-old's clothes? Do you know what I'm saying? So you just have to be like, so you're always aware of your shit and like where you put stuff. And
so those are basically the kind of ramifications of being part of 13.
Yeah.
Right. Is there that thing of kind of not being heard? I'm kind of speaking in cliches and stereotypes, I suppose, that I've heard.
Yeah.
But you get the thing, if there's a lot of siblings and you come later on, I think the stereotype is that you don't get any attention.
So
that kind of thing. Do you think that's any truth in that?
No, I don't think, because you're younger, because there was a big age gap between my brother, my dad's kids and me. So they do baby you. It's almost like, do you know what I'm saying? You are like...
So it's almost like you've got loads of parents.
Yeah, exactly, which is bad, because then you get loads of slaps as well. Because they all want to discipline you. I'm like, no. But it's yeah, I don't know, because you're at that age, I guess you're just like, this is the way it is. Do you know
it's
what I mean?
It's your normal.
Yeah, exactly. It's your normal, all the like. So, but I did, I remember once being younger, and I've got a sister from my dad's side. She's 10 years older than me, and I remember it was Valentine's Day, and they were telling us about it at school, but we didn't know what it was. We just knew it was like a day of love. So I was making all these Valentine's cards for my mum and my sisters, and my sister's like, that's not what it... And I'm like, what is it then? She's like, you're too young. I'm like, just tell me, what do you mean I'm too young? She's like, oh, one day I'll tell you. I'm like, tell me now! And stuff like that. So it was like things like that age gap, and, them having little chats, and you're like, can I be included? They're like, no.
Right.
And stuff. So that was a bit... So it was just me. It used to be me, my younger sister, and then my brother, that used to like mess around and hang around a lot and cause problems.
So did that make you... So do you think that made you... And I don't necessarily mean in a kind of performative way, but did that make you maybe slightly attention-seeking if you're being...
Maybe...
Not ignored, but, the example that you gave of your older sister going, no, you're too young, we're not getting you involved.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah. How's school?
Possibly.
What was school? Because that's home life.
Yes. School. So we didn't speak English until I was 6. Like I went to school and I remember it like just because my dad only spoke to us the dialect Moroccan, which I'm fluent in now. But he
You're
used to
so
always.
lucky.
Thank you. Well, I'll teach you.
Yeah.
We'll start the
Is it
first
on
lesson
Duolingo?
now. That's the first lesson.
There we go.
If you could do that, that's good. Because, you know, like British people, we don't use our throats. Do you know what I'm saying? Only for eating. We're so lazy. If you want to speak a different language, you have to use your throat and your tongue.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I do.
Get that yoga in, bitch. Okay?
Right, yoga. Get the yoga in, and then I can do Moroccan. Fantastic. So you don't learn English until you're 6.
Yes.
And that's through, where's that? So is that school?
Yes, when I went to like nursery, because my dad used to say to us at home, we're Moroccan, you're Muslim Moroccan, outside you're Muslim British. And he's like, this is your home, this is our country, but you do have these two identities. So he taught us, he thought it was really important, which I think was a good thing for him to teach us, to just speak to us in our in our mother tongue. And then I remember going to school and the teacher said something. My mum was holding my hand, and this was like nursery. And she goes, she said something, and I looked up at my mum and I said, she doesn't talk like us. What is she saying? And my mum was like, well, this is not our country. And I was like, what do you mean it's not our country? And this is like, and then that just started a whole. And when I grew up, then it wasn't like my mum doesn't feel like that. Like this is our home. We was born here and raised here. This is our home.
Yeah.
And those people that don't like people like me here, I guarantee you, I've contributed so much more to this country than you ever have, and that's excluding fucking taxes. Do you know what I'm saying? So let's not go there, my little friend Naji, Naji Faraji.
You'll be pleased to know I'm not going there.
No,
That's
not you.
That's not what this is.
Oh my God, guys, Seann is reformed.
I've got you here to have you detained.
Yeah.
But you've got to tell me, and maybe you've not thought about this, but
Yes.
that idea that your dad's saying that, you know, you're inside here you're Muslim Moroccan and outside there you're British Muslim British. That kind of dual, those kind of dual lives of having kind of two different lives. Does that in any way have an effect on your life, who you are as a young person, who you are now?
Yeah, definitely.
What's that?
Like you feel torn because like when I go to Morocco, they're like, you're not Moroccan because you wasn't born here. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to burp. Just 1 second. I'm so sorry.
You went full out. You just went full out.
I'm sorry, man. I don't know what happens when I do fucking anything. I have to stop. But even on stage,
was that Moroccan Muslim or British Muslim? Which burp was that?
No, that was a very timid British one.
Okay,
if I'd done a Moroccan one, it would come down from like my toes.
Oh my God!
It's like,
well, I'm
and
glad.
it rumbles up like an earthquake.
I'm glad we're British in this room then. But that is really interesting you say that because, and I say this comes up a lot.
Okay.
That I think parts of the kind of chemistry, the part of the making of a comedian is often and not always being caught in between two worlds. And so with me, it was being caught in between working class and middle class, and not fitting in
To
either. I wasn't home at any place really. And so when you say that, immediately there might not be any truth in that, but that's what I immediately connect that to.
Yes.
Is being the comedian, so it doesn't matter where you go, you're the outside.
Yes. And that is exactly how it was. So when I go to Morocco, they're like, you're not Moroccan, you wasn't born here, you live in, you were born in London and you live in the UK. And then when I'm here, they're like, you're not British. I don't care if you're born here. You don't look like us. Your name's not like us. You don't talk like us. I'm like, what? Are you fucking mad, bruv? Listen to this, bruv. Are you fucking mad?
Yeah.
So I do feel, and I still feel like that. And then you add another layer onto it, which is your faith. And then I find like, in life now, I get judged by other Muslims saying, you're not a Muslim because you swear. And I'm like, listen, this is who I am.
Yeah.
I'm a Muslim and I am this person. I do have a personality.
Yeah.
I am all these things. I've had to be like this because if I don't be like this, people want to take the piss out of me. So I have to stick up for myself and be tough.
Do you know what? I don't want to go too heavy at all, but it sounds like, just from that, it sounds, and I don't mean this in a negative way at all, because it could be taken like that, but it sounds like you've had to defend yourself a lot. And when you've got, because you keep on saying that people say you're not, you're not like us, you're not like us, then if you keep getting told that you're not like us, you're not like this, do you have to does that mean that you have to carve out who you are? You have to kind of dig deep to really find out who you are. If everyone keeps on telling you you're not like them, you're not this, you're not that.
You have to make a decision.
Yeah, choices.
Yeah. Then you say, am I going to be me or the person that I want to be, or am I going to change to be what they want?
Yeah.
And that's the decision you have to make. Obviously, I made the decision to just be me.
Well, that's huge. I'm gonna guess, and please jump in and tell me if I'm wrong and I've got something wrong, because I'm very happy to hear that. Don't go along with just everything that I chuck at you. But I think those choices are going to come later in life, where you start where you kind of realise you're going to have to carve out who you are. You're going to have to define who you are, not based on what other people are saying. When do you realise that? And I imagine this is later on, but when do you realise that? You're going to have to fight against what they want you to be.
I think probably after my second divorce.
Okay,
I would say.
that's a big jump.
That's a massive jump.
Yeah,
That was
I get it.
in my early 30s.
I totally get it.
So, but I wanted to go back. Sorry, I want to say one thing I forgot to say. When I went to primary school...
It's like Pulp Fiction. We go it's non-linear. We'll go back and forth.
Yeah, we'll jump back. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry. When you were at secondary school.
Yeah, no, not secondary. Sorry, primary school. Yeah. I just wanted to say, it was very different to what it is now. Now, it's very mixed. You have counsellors, there's vegan, kids have nut allergies, and that's respected. It was not like that when I was growing up. The only thing you had in the canteen was chips, beans and fish fingers, and if you didn't eat, and they're all chips, beans and sausage, so if you didn't eat the meat, you just have to have fish fingers all the time. And we had proper school custard, not like the shit they give you nowadays, but so it was very different. And there was only in it, they give them proper shit these days. My niece is like, I've had a vegan-free berry compote with a swirl of cat piss. It was very nice. And I'm like, I'm going down that school and punching the cook in the face. Why are you feeding kids that shit? But
you should open up some sort of lunchtime school delivery service where you bring them old school 80s custard.
Yeah, but then fucking Jamie Oliver would be on my hijab, innit? He'd be like, what are you doing, bitch? But so it was very different. And in the class, you only had there's a class of 30, maybe 5 were ethnic.
Okay.
So it was very, very different. So again, there, you knew that you were different. You were told you were different. What
do you mean you were told you were different?
Because, for example, when we have Ramadan and Eid, the celebrations, we put henna, the henna design and stuff. And I remember going into school, and I was maybe about 9, and I went into, this was primary school, and I had the tray. You used to line up for your food and have your tray. Yeah. And the dinner lady wouldn't serve me because some of it went black, and she goes to me, you've drawn on your hands. I said to her, no, this is henna. And she goes to me, go and wash your hands. I said to her, my hands are washed. And she was like, no, I'm not going to serve you. So I went and I got the teacher. And then the teacher came, she goes, well, no, that's henna, you have to serve her. And then she served me, and then I went home and I told my mum, and boy, oh boy, it was like Guy Fawkes in the school. My mum went up there, went mad. But, so it was always like, no, that's not right. And no, always being told you shouldn't do this, and don't fast, it's not right, no. And then you got Michael Mosley now, I know he's past now, saying it's healthy, and now they're all like, oh my God, fasting's so cool, guys. Oh my God. But when I was doing it, it was like, that is barbaric. You people come over the river and you are barbaric. That is disgusting. And now I'm like,
eat more custard.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. So what did you say?
Different.
Five kids in a 30-seater
Yeah.
were ethnic.
Class, yeah. And always getting picked on. And
So did you kind of, no matter what your ethnicity, if you weren't kind of white British, did you end up gathering together?
yes, but there are also, not all the kids there were racist. So we did have like mixed groups, but you were very much like all the ethnic kids sat on one table.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
like that,
Wow.
yeah. So
Do you know what? Could you remember looking back? Is that just something that just naturally happens, or were you made to feel like you needed to be on a separate table, or does it just happen that way?
I don't. It just, that's what they did. So I don't know. I just knew that was where I had to sit,
Yeah.
and that's where I belonged.
Right.
But I always felt that I was like a second-class citizen. I always felt that things weren't for me because I was a second-class citizen.
Because of things like what you said with the dinner lady.
Yeah, and being ethnic, I know I'm white passing because I'm fair. Like if I took my hijab off, I'm white passing. So when you are white passing, there's a privilege there that you have. So yeah, if I took my hijab off, you'd be like, oh, there's a hint of something, but she's
Okay,
but I would be white passing.
Right.
So yeah, but they would know. Obviously, I didn't wear my hijab in primary school, but they would know because my mum would turn up with a hijab.
Yeah.
So they know you're different, and plus I was on the different table, and plus my name is different. So there was no getting away. I couldn't like Steve Job it. Do you know what I mean? Steve Jobs. He's like, I think he's half Syrian. And and then he got adopted and raised, and now that's why. But his birth name is like.
I didn't know that.
It's like something like that.
His birth name is Apple.
Yeah.
His middle name is iPhone. Were there any? Because I suppose we've spoken so far, almost about the kind of. It's like the negative side of being different.
Yeah.
And feeling, like you said, a second-class citizen. What is good, I suppose? What's positive about that? Are there positives that might even be, which I think there has to be because you've become such a phenomenal comedian and so successful, you know, and I know it's taken you've worked hard to get there. So all of these things, you know, it might take time, but they have their benefits. But do you think looking back, you can see them now that actually there were a lot of positive things to come from being different?
Yeah, definitely. So the positive things for me is the person that I am now. Like, I don't judge people. I take people for face value. I never judge a person by, like, their whole community or group of whatever group they belong to and things like that. I'm interested. I'm more aware. For example, like, I eat halal. So, like, if I'm going out with my friends, I'm more aware of people with dietary requirements, and I'll be like, is everyone here? Can everyone eat? I'd like to go to this place, but can everyone eat there? If not, we'll go somewhere else. And stuff like that, you know.
It's created an empathy.
Absolutely.
You might otherwise not have,
Definitely. And also, like, a lot more, like, just awareness of life, the different journeys people have, and just being a bit more, giving people grace as well. And I'm grateful for everything because I wouldn't be the person I am if I didn't. Even the bad times,
exactly.
They make
That's
you
what this is. Yeah.
And I've got loads of material and stuff. Like, I've got non-stop. I've got, like, from all the things I've been through and lived and experienced and stuff like that. So definitely, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think, and we've not touched on there's nothing so far, I think, that we've discussed that touches on comedy or performing.
Yes.
So I think it'd be interesting to ask you this now.
Yes.
this might normally come up later, but there's a quote that I always quote. There's a line I always quote when I'm here, and that is Aristotle said, "Give me a child until the age of 7, and I will show you the foundations of the man." Do you think if Aristotle finds you at 7 years of age, that he is able to spot that this young girl is going to go on to be a successful British touring comedian that's been on the biggest comedy shows in the country?
He might be able to. I don't think I would.
You don't think there was anything there at 7
No.
that would indicate that?
No. Because it was, I felt like I was living in two different worlds all the time. I just felt like there was lots of opportunities that weren't for me because I was Muslim, because I was ethnic. And that's the world. It's not the people. Do you know what I mean? So like
Society.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I would be,
Yeah.
so like, say like if I wanted to be like, so when I left school and I wanted to do like performing arts, but it always...
Hang on. When you left school, you wanted to do performing arts?
Yeah.
Well, where's that? I want to try. I want to get back as far as I can.
Yes.
To find how early Fatia wanted to be some sort of performer. So why the hell do you want to go do performing arts at this point? Where's that come from?
I just love, in primary school we used to have things.
So now we're going to primary school. Well, I think we're going to find out something, or you're going to find out something that maybe you're not seeing, because suddenly we've gone back to primary school. Primary school what?
In primary school we had like, I was in like plays and
What
stuff.
are you talking about?
Yeah, but I remember once we were doing the play Grease, and I was Danny. That was John Travolta.
Oh, you were John Travolta?
Yeah.
Right. That's very 2026. Good on you.
So
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how old are you at this point?
I was maybe 7, 8.
7?
Yeah.
Fatia. For goodness sake, you're 7. You're in Greece.
Yeah,
It's there. I mean, I think it's there.
No, but she removed me because she said to me, "You're too stiff. You can't dance properly." I was like, "Bitch, I know how to belly dance. Don't talk to me about dancing. Okay, you and your leg warmers. Like, shut up." Like, honestly, I swear to God.
Dressed as John Travolta. The leather jacket.
Doing
Birds
belly-
on your t-shirt. Shut up, bitch.
Honestly.
dance.
And then she took me, she was like, "Get off." And she was so rude and like so violent in terms of like abrupt, just like barking. She was like, "Get out, like you're not, like you move, you come forward." And I just remember sitting at the window watching them. We had like a hall,
this is horrible.
and then there was glass a lot, and you could look into the hall. And I was just watching them, and
Because
and
you were
so-
too stiff, is that it?
Yeah, that's
you weren't
what she said.
misbehaving.
No, she just said
Wow.
your shoulders are too stiff, and I was like, okay. And then I wanted to do. They had like ballerinas and stuff, ballet,
Yeah.
and I wanted to do it, but I couldn't do it because the shoes were too expensive. So, and I just didn't want. I knew if I asked my mum, and my dad died when I was 6, and then when my dad died, we went into like severe poverty and stuff, and I just knew I couldn't ask her because I know it would hurt her. She wouldn't be able to afford it, and then it would hurt her that she couldn't. So I just used to sit at the glass and watch them, like after school.
Oh my
like,
God.
When they when they were like
gonna
doing
get me
their shit, and I
crying.
just watched them through the thing, and then I was in like school plays, you know, like Christmas, and one time they made me the donkey, and my mum was like, "You are never doing that again." So
Why? What's wrong with the donkey?
because she was like, "Why are you crawling on the floor?" She was like, "Why can't you be one of those other people? Be a tree.
She's slightly.
Why are you being a donkey?"
She ashamed of the
She didn't like it, me being a donkey. She was like, "Get up off the floor."
Eddie Murphy. I would say Eddie Murphy's a donkey in Shrek.
Yeah.
And he's done pretty well out of it. So maybe a misfire.
Yeah, mum.
Right. So you do. That's my water. So you okay. So that obviously then had some sort of effect on it's confidence, I suppose.
Yeah,
At such a
definitely.
young age.
Yeah, definitely. They don't realise. And I used to love going to like after school club. I used to love doing all, you know, like what do you call it? When you're like making stuff like arts and crafts.
Yeah,
all that.
yeah.
I used to love all that. And then like when I went to school, secondary school, I did like drama. I did a couple of music lessons, not singing or anything, just instruments. But I wasn't very good. And I
But
used
you
to
loved
love,
it?
yeah, I loved all that. I
That's
loved
what's
like
important.
choir. We used to sing hymns when I was in primary school. Every like assembly, I used to love that shit. Like I loved it.
Hymns? What,
Yeah,
for the other team?
yeah. I used to, and
don't think-
I'd be going around the house
don't
going,
think your mum would have liked that.
Jesus, and my mum's like, what? I used to love all that. We used to do the harvest, and you'd like there was a nursing home next to the school, and they used to come and watch us sing like harvest songs, and we would bring them like tins of beans and all that. It was great, man. I loved it. I loved it.
That's wonderful. That's a
good.
very heartwarming visual
Yeah.
that you've given me. I want to ask more about school, and I want to ask more about how you did at school, what you were interested in, besides the performing side of it, and arts and crafts. But just quickly, it makes me wonder, this fun you were having performing, did that stem from home in any way? And what I mean by that is, were you watching anything on telly that you thought, oh, I wish I was doing that? I'll give you an example of my own. It's just, for some reason, from a very young age, I can't really remember even before this, is I wanted to do what they were doing on telly. That's just from forever. It was like, I want to do that. I want to do what they're doing in this TV I'm watching. Was there anything like that for yourself that then made you want to perform when you were at school? A show or anything like that?
I used to love, no, not really. I used to love like things like Fun House with Pat. What was his name? Pat Sharp. That's it. Fun House and those two twins.
Yeah.
And I used to love Art Attack.
Okay, so very creative then.
Yes. Stuff like, what else? We used to watch like the Hulk. Do you remember the real Hulk?
Yeah,
There was
the
a real
Hulk. Sorry,
man.
sorry, Ruffalo. Sorry, mate.
The real Hulk, the real man, not this CGI
Not this
nonsense. It
CGI
was a
look.
proper geezer,
Yeah.
painted green,
Yeah.
ripping his clothes off and smashing people up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the good old days. And we used to watch,
But you're not watching the Hulk. You're not watching Art Attack, and there's no aspiration there to do that. You're not watching. Often, not all the time, but often comedians end up. You discover they watched a comedian at home with their parents for whatever the parents put on a video. They watched Billy Connolly together or something like that.
No,
You've not got that. You're just kind of finding. It's just the joy of performing at school.
I really wanted to be a ballerina, really, really, really. And I remember I used to stand at the windowsill in our front room and stand on my toes. I used to love it. I wanted to do it so bad.
But where's that come from? Did you watch it or something?
I just
The
thought it was
Nutcracker
so
or
beautiful. I don't know. I just
wow.
thought it was so beautiful. I don't have any recollection of where I saw it.
Yeah, fine.
But I just loved it. I used to stretch my legs and try to do the kind of things they did and stuff like that. I just loved it.
Do you still love it now?
I love dance. Yeah, I just think it's really beautiful the way.
Do you go watch ballet?
No, I don't think I've ever seen ballet live. I just love it. I just think it's so beautiful. Or just movement in general, the way they move their bodies and stuff.
Yeah.
I just love it. But at home we used to, because there was so many of us, so we used to play games like the things. But what's it called? When you put a blindfold on and then you have to try to find the people in the room and people are standing still. It's a bit.
Not hide and seek.
Kinda, yeah, but with a blindfold.
Okay.
On. It's a bit like Marco. Is it Marco Polo?
Level.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. But yeah, so we used to do that, play loads of games. We used to have like our doll houses and play with those. And my brother would have his helicopter and he'd pretend he was coming to kill everyone. And
Charming.
and you would have to hide, in the oven and shit like that. But in your toy house, like using your toys, you'd have to hide all your toys in there. And we just used to play like that. And he would have animals, and we would pretend we had a farm and we were rearing his animals but it was all like just nice stuff like that. That's what we did at home. And
it's very playful. It's very creative, and comedy, playful, creative.
Yeah. I remember when I started secondary school. I remember like doing like performing arts, dance. Design technology. I liked all the creative stuff.
Yeah.
And then I also really liked space, and I wanted to be an astronaut. after, you know, because I was like, because my mum was like, you can't be a ballerina. You're going to have to have physical touch with another man who you are not married to. So you cannot be.
What age is this conversation?
This was very young, very, very young. So she's like, you can't do that.
What was very young? Sorry,
maybe like 9, 10.
Whoa, okay,
something like that.
Yeah,
so she's like, you can't do that. Yeah, can't do that. I was like, okay.
That sounds, and I appreciate that, you know, and I respect. I don't kind of know the rules and guidelines of, and is that religion? That would be to do with religion, exactly. So I have to be careful because I don't really know what I'm talking about. But that being from a household that doesn't have those kind of restrictions, I wonder, is that at the time, is that kind of, does that suppress you, or do you realise when you're older that was quite suppressive? Is that, or is it just totally okay?
It's sad at the time. You're like, oh, I can't do that, and you do feel like you're being restricted.
Yeah.
But you're like, okay, this is the way it is. So you're like, okay, that's fine.
There's not a part of you now that has regret over that.
Yes, because if my niece came now and said she wanted to do ballet, my niece is 6.
Yeah.
We would enroll her in a class tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? So I don't see a problem with it myself, you know.
Yeah.
But that's me. That's not the faith. Do you know what? So that would be me being like, I don't see a problem. Like, I wouldn't see a problem with her going into that class.
Yeah.
But the faith says what it says. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's been a comedian. And again, I'm aware I'm jumping forward.
No, it's okay. This is a bit chaotic, like my life.
It's great. But being a comedian, well, there's so much to take because it's so interesting, you know, your life, and it's jam packed with stories. And I think you kind of started. It feels like you started stand up later in life. I mean, you weren't doing stand up during the second marriage.
No, it was after.
That's what I mean. So there's already 2 marriages in, and you've not done stand up yet. So I just want to jump to. Do you think doing comedy feels is somewhat rebellious? Is rebelling against something? You know, you're not. You've been told as a 9-year-old, ballet's a no-go. Well, stand up feels quite. It's a big thing to do.
I don't think it's rebellious. I just think so.
The way, you know, people complain. Well, I assume this comes with social media. You're not like us because you swear.
Yes.
There seems like that a lot of, again, this is just my take on it. It doesn't make it so, but it's like, are there all these amazing parts of who you are come from being told that you can't, and you kind of push back against that. You're like, no, I can.
Yes.
And that's what creates the person I'm sat opposite. It's like you're defying people.
When I put my mind to something, I don't give a fuck. But like this,
Yeah.
But I don't know where that.
You don't know where that comes from?
I do. Okay.
Tell me where that comes from.
Okay. So I'm going to rewind and
we
I'm going
can
to go
rewind.
back.
We'll come forward. I'm on track somehow, and I love it.
That's because me and you are both chaos.
Yes, well, that is true. I can't argue with that.
So when I was in secondary school,
Yeah.
I wanted to be. I was like, we used to. So that living room that I used to stand at the windowsill and be a ballerina.
Yeah.
I used to be able to look up and I used to see stars all the time. It was so nice.
This.
And then I was like, oh my God, these are so beautiful. And I was like, I want to be an astronaut. And then we used to have a plant on that windowsill and I used to talk to it all the time. And I called her Amanda. And I used to talk and I swear my older sister told me, you should talk to plants. It's good for them. I'm sure she just didn't want me to talk to her anymore. She was just like, this bitch needs to shut up. So sending me there.
Go and talk to that cactus.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. Yeah. I'm watching Michael Barrymore. Go and talk to that cactus.
I wanted to be an astronaut, and then I went to the school careers advisor because it was at that time, you know, like you're picking your options and all that, what you're gonna do. And then she goes, what do you want to be? And I said, oh my God, I can see this woman like I can see you now. I could see her in my head, man. Anyway, so she goes, what do you want to do? And I said, I want to be an astronaut. And she goes, why? And I was like, because I like science and stars. And then she's like, maybe you just want your 15 minutes of fame. And I was like, what? And then she was like, being an astronaut is really hard. Number one, you have to be really good at science. And number two, you have to be physically fit. And then she looked me up and down and I was like, and then that was it. Always being knocked down. Do you know what I mean? Always. I remember there was like a boy on the estate and I remember he called, like we were playing out and then he called me to a corner and he was like, oh, can I talk to you? And I was like, yeah. And he knows like my brothers and all that. And I was thinking, no one used to fuck with me because my brothers are mad. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, the amount of times me and my brother would beat people up, like I'm telling you, my brother would hold them and I'd batter them, or the other way round.
No, this needs context. You can't just start telling me. We used to smash people up, bro. Hang on, wait, from where? Why? What?
Just in school.
Hang on, wait, no, I'm going to park that. But I'm taking some lead here, and we're going to park you and your brother smashing up their victim, and we're just going to go back to where even were we?
That boy in the estate. Yeah.
And what he said.
So he was just like, I like all these girls, and he went through all their names, and he's like, if none of them like me, then you'll be the fifth one, and you'll be the last one I talk to.
Yeah.
Like, so you're fifth in, and I was like, what? He was like, yeah, I'm just letting you know. And I was like, I'm going to tell my brother if you ever talk to me again. And then that was it. Like, he never spoke. But you're always last. You're always, do you know what I mean?
Do you know what? I think that's what, it's difficult to hear. And I empathise hugely. I think that's what I meant by rebelling, is it's showing people, is that, that teacher that's told you 15 minutes of fame, and then you're going out on a national tour, you've been on Taskmaster and live at the Apollo, you've showed all of these people when they've said you can't, you showed that you can. And I think that's what I mean by rebel, is prove people wrong.
Yeah, but I don't. If that is the case, like, I'm just like, I'm so used to people not believing in me, so I'm just like, that's okay. You don't have to believe in me because I've got, my faith keeps me very strong, very, very strong.
Right.
And I lean into that a lot because in our faith in Islam, like, what's meant for you will never pass you. Do you know what I mean? And like, so in the Quran, like,
I need to get involved in
like,
Islam.
you do, bro. You
I've been converted.
He's already covering his head.
I see what's happened here.
He's already covering his head.
Imagine by the end of this, I've got a hijab on.
Yeah. At the end of this, you'll be like, Assalamu alaikum, my name is not Sean, it is Sulaiman. And this is not clown. What is it? Class clown. It is welcome to Islam.
Welcome. Yeah, I only halal meat. Oh, that's right. Okay, so I want to talk about that. I didn't even. It's so weird, you have a few thoughts when you turn up to do this, and that hadn't even crossed my mind about finding that strength from within your faith.
Yes.
Right. So we could just pick up where we left off, which is you're finding strength in your religion.
Faith. Yeah. So like one of the things. So in the Quran, Allah says to us, like, if something is yours, it will never miss you. And if it's not yours, it could be on the tip of your tongue and you won't eat it because it's not meant for you. And I always remember that example, like when you're, if you're eating something and it drops and then you try to pick it up and eat it and it drops again because look at how close it was, but it wasn't meant for your tummy.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the other one where it's like, if it's in the core of the earth, it will find its way to you. Like, I remember when I was living in a hostel after my first marriage, I ended up in a women's shelter, a homeless hostel. And I remember it was my birthday. We had a communal area, and I was sitting in the communal area, and then everybody had a key worker, and my key worker came, and she goes, "Oh, are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just getting some fresh air." She's like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm sure." And then she went, and she come back 10 minutes later, and she brought me a can of Coke and popcorn, and I said, "Why are you bringing me this?" And she goes, "I just want to give it to you." And I was like, okay. So I took it and I went to my room and I was crying because it was my birthday. I didn't have anything.
Oh, God.
And I just wanted a can of Coke. And look at how that it came to me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That was the
yeah.
one. I was like, oh, I would do anything for a Diet Coke. Like, not Diet Coke, a Coke. Diet Coke is shit. A Coke, you know, and then it came to me. So even, you know, like when you're put up for stuff, for work stuff, TV stuff, people think it just comes to you. We know different. Like, it can be, sometimes they can talk to you, then they realise you're not the right fit or whatever. There's loads of different ways you get opportunities in this industry. So even sometimes if I'm going for something or an audition, maybe for a show, to you know, like a TV show or something like that, and I don't get it, I just think it's not for me. So that's okay. It's not for me. And sometimes there's a again in Islam there's blessings in delays. You don't see it. We don't see it at the time. But it's then only afterwards, after then, when you do end up getting it at the right time, you're like, if I would have got that then, I would have fucked myself, or I wouldn't have done well, or it just wasn't the time.
Yeah.
So faith is always there.
Was that faith there when you were in a where did you end up? Sorry, you said in the
hostel, in the women's shelter.
Yeah. Was that faith there when you were in the women's hostel?
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, it fluctuates. Faith, if that's what faith is, it's not linear. Sometimes you're really strong in your faith. Sometimes you're really weak. Sometimes you're, you know, just in the middle, and that's okay. And the faith tells you that as well. So yeah, I used to go to the mosque and just cry and just hold the Quran and cry and cry and cry because it was difficult. I lost everything. I walked out with a shirt on my back and that was it. So
Wow.
tough. It was really tough.
I mean, that sounds like that takes incredible bravery.
I think
and courage.
You know, thank you. But I think it's like that was a breaking point for me. You know, like when you were saying about rebellion. Was it a rebellion when people you can't do this? I was like, I learned then I could only rely on myself. Like nobody could get me out of that situation. It was only me. And so I just walked and that's what I've been like ever since. If something doesn't serve me, I will get married 100 times and I will get divorced 100 times. I don't give a fuck. Honestly, if it doesn't serve me...
If there are any lawyers listening, divorced 100 times. Get in touch. It's your lucky day.
If it doesn't... Sorry, excuse me. If it doesn't serve me, I'm out. Like, I bounce. But that doesn't mean I'm not like, what's the word, frivolous, just like making these decisions. You know what I mean? Like, okay, this is not working, bye. I'm not like that. I'll try hard. I'll try to save it. I'm very communicative. And this is in everything that I do, not just like relationships. It's not just specific to relationships. But if it ain't working, that's it. I'm out. And I'll tell you, like, I'm done.
Where's if you've been kind of brought up with... throughout your youth, with people telling you that you can't and that they don't believe in you and that you're not right for this and you're not right for that, do you know where that kind of core belief came from that you had that's seemingly got you through so much? Is that just religion, or is there anyone that instilled that in you? Were your parents? Did they have a lot of self-belief? Because I just think that takes an incredible amount of self-belief and persistence to overcome so much negativity that's been chucked your way from talking to you from a young age. Where's that come from, that belief?
I think some of it has got to do with the working class attitude. Keep going, like, no matter what. Because you have to. That. Well, you have to keep on, like, in terms of, if you know,
nothing handed to us.
Yes, you have to work for everything. nothing's handed for you. If you don't work, you don't eat. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
You know, you're not having anything to fall back on, no safety net. Like if I called, even today, to this day, if I called my mum and said, I can't make my rent this month, my mum would go, I'm very sorry about that. I'll pray for you. Have a good day. And then that would be it. Like, and then I'd have to find a way of making the payments. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's how my whole life has been. And because I lost everything and I walked out on it, I don't take anything for granted. I know that also being homeless, I know that the line between this side and that side is very thin and very close.
Yeah.
So your life can change at any moment, and it's about adapting to that.
So do you think being at that, I don't want to say rock bottom, but that point when you're homeless, for goodness sake, you
got nothing, man. Your friends stop answering your calls because they don't want to help you, because they're worried you're going to say, can I sleep at your house? Can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? Bruv, I lost so many people at that point because there were like people just stopped answering. I didn't even ask them. I'm too proud to ask people. This is another thing, because that's, and maybe because when you ask someone and they say no, that's another rejection. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas if you ask me something, I'll do what I can to help you. Do you know?
And is that because? Do you think that's because of what you've been through, that it's given you that kind of, again, that empathy?
Yeah, definitely. But for myself, I'm quite hard on myself. Like, I know not to rely on anyone.
You're very hard on yourself.
I have to be. I can't rely on anyone, man. It has to be me all the time. It's always me. Always, always, always me. That sorts me. Do you know what I mean? I can't let anyone kind of like try to help.
Yeah. So do you think that those difficult times that you went through has given you a kind of extra gratitude for how well you've done that might not be there otherwise?
Definitely. And I always like to pay back, to give back in any way. Like, for example, like people think kindness has to be like big gestures. Not necessarily. Like, just be kind. If you can help someone, then help them. It doesn't have to be financial either. Just a smile. In Islam, a smile is charity. It's like donating to charity.
That's fantastic. Does that mean I could cut down on charity gigs?
I know we do a lot, innit?
Well, that's that for part one. Head over to patreon.com/classclown to hear part two immediately. While you're there, you will also get exclusive access to Fatia answering your questions, which we are very grateful to you for sending in. So hit the link in the episode description for that, and that'll take you to patreon.com/classclown. Lastly, keep an eye out on Class Clown Instagram page for announcements of future guests. You can DM us your questions. And also, if you're new to Class Clown, then go over our library of guests, our backlog. We've got Romesh and Joanne McNally and Boy George and Jill Scott and Stuart Lee and Ross Noble. So many fantastic names have joined us. And for the non-Patreons, part two will be with you next week. So we'll see you then.